Chapter 15. The Rescue. June dragged the chair Hannah was sitting on through the back door, and into the small house sitting in the backyard. It used to be used as a store, but now it had only a few things in it. June bent to look at the face of the life-drained girl tied to a chair. "It is a pity it has ended this way. I remember your parents well. They once helped me and my family, but they don't pay as well as your aunt and uncle. They have diamonds, and I will work for them now." He walked out of the place and locked the door. All Hannah could do was cry. She thought about her life and how she had done all she could to ensure that her aunt and uncle loved and accepted her. They had always complained no matter what she did, so she thought that with her diamond-making ability, they would finally let her into their hearts, but she was wrong. From the very beginning, they had taken her for a fool. She had been unaware that her parents even had any property or money. Her aunt and uncle had always told her she was feeding off the little they made. Soon, Hannah could see flames creeping up the walls of the wooden storehouse, and she did not even try to struggle. For her, this was the end. Elam was sitting in the camp and checking some maps. It was a last-minute decision for him to come here because of the unrest. It had been days now, and he had done what he should. Things were settled now. He could return, and maybe before seeing his family, he could go see Hannah. He smiled at the thought. He had bought a gift to give to her. A soldier came in and bowed. Then he gave a letter to the prince. It was from his mother, the queen. The summary of the letter was that he should check on the diamonds and the family whose ball he had attended. Elam smiled. He did not need an excuse to go see his dear Hannah. Hannah's eyes opened, and she sat up. She rubbed her eyes. "Am I in the afterlife?" she asked. Then she gazed at her two hands and checked them. She looked around. The room was beautiful, filled with soft yellow and white colors that made the space feel warm and bright. The door opened, and a woman stepped in. She was of average height, and her hair was styled in a bun. She was wearing small glasses. "You are awake," she said. Hannah's eyes widened. "I am not in the afterlife." The woman chuckled. "Oh dear, you are very well in this world." Hannah rose to her feet and checked herself. The last thing she remembered, she was breaking like clay. How did I survive? Chapter 16. The Truth Revealed. The woman set the tray in her hand down and said to Hannah, "Have a seat." Hannah did as she was told. The woman spoke, "My name is Helen. I know your parents." Hannah raised an eyebrow and nodded her head. "It is a long story, but let me tell you. Your father comes from a different country. When he was young, his family adopted your uncle, I mean the one who had you killed. Your uncle Marvin caused a lot of commotion and deceived your father into leaving the family and his twin brother." "My father is a twin?" Hannah asked. Helen nodded her head. "Your father's family tried to get him back, but nothing worked. They gave up, hoping your father would live a good life in a different land. I work for your grandparents, and I was sent by them when I recently heard that your parents died. We came to get you, his daughter. But when I heard you were locked up by them, I figured that the only way to reach you was to get hired as a worker. I rescued you before the place burned down." Hannah sighed. "Thank you very much," Hannah said, and then she pressed both lips together. "But I remember that I was breaking away like clay. How did you manage to save me in that condition?" Helen smiled. "Your condition is not new to me. I knew what to do. I will tell you about it very soon. Just recover first." Riley and her parents were in their new building now. They had moved there immediately after they had burned their old house. They had burned everything to the ground. At the moment, Prince Elam had come visiting with gifts for Hannah, but the moment he had mentioned Hannah's name, Riley began to cry. "I hope Hannah is fine?" Elam asked. Mabel stepped up and grabbed Riley's arm gently. Mabel sighed. "It is unfortunate what happened to our dear Hannah." A teardrop rolled down her cheek. Elam felt tense. He dug a hand into his pocket and tried to keep a straight face. Mabel finally voiced, "Hannah went into one of her crazy delusions again and set our old house on fire. We all tried to escape. We tried to save her too, but it was too late." Riley left her mother's arms and walked straight at Elam. She embraced him and sobbed. Elam did not know whether to push her away or comfort her. Chapter 17. The Prince's Grief. Elam finally wrapped an arm around her and sighed. He would have to go inspect the house by himself. He did not want to believe that the woman he loved was dead by burning. The reason why we sent you to attend the Ball of Commoners was to see if that family had the diamond-creating ability. But instead of getting close to the beloved daughter of the family, you got close to their crazy niece. Elam, you are unbelievable, Queen Joan said. We need to find the one with that ability, but instead of doing what you should, you went ahead to waste time. Elam was seated opposite her in the palace dining room, and he was not at all pleased. He had just got back from Hannah's family and was still finding it hard to process the grief he felt, yet at this very moment, he was being scolded by his mother. Elam, I am talking to you. Won't you say anything? Queen Joan asked again. She had high hair and a calm face, but the displeasure she felt at the moment made her frown. She was wearing a blue and white dress. Elam ran a hand through his hair. Mother, please, I am not in the mood for this. Queen Joan threw her cutlery on the table. You are not in the mood for this. Elam, you are the crown prince. You are the next king of this kingdom. You should be preoccupied with the affairs of the kingdom, not getting stupid because of one girl. Elam hit his hand on the table, then he steeled his nerves. I am sorry for that outburst, Mother. It is just that Hannah. Hannah is dead. She was burned to death the day I left for the border. There was silence at the table for a while. Then Queen Joan cleared her throat. Prayers for the deceased. But I believe this is still an opportunity to find out if anyone in that family has a diamond-making ability. That way, you can know if they can be merged into the royal family. Elam got to his feet. It was great you sent the servants away while we discussed. I will be in my room for a few days. Whoever asks for me, tell them I fell sick after smashing the rebellion at the border. Elam walked out. Hannah smiled at Helen. They were sitting opposite each other. I want to thank you for saving me. You have a request? Helen asked.